Seniors, class of 2023, our faculty and staff have our last words of advice for you.
I'm Colonel Dave Coggins, the president of Fork Union Military Academy. We have a program tonight that will take a little less than an hour. And before we start with the formal intro and the welcome, I'm so excited to be here. This is already such a happy mood. And I'm excited to see some of the students come back. Some of the alumni are here. Many of the students who were already supposed to they could have left already today, have changed their flights, changed their appointments so they could stay and be part of tonight. And that's really an honor to you, the seniors. And I hope tonight goes quickly and we'll be done. But for you guys, for the seniors, I hope it goes really slowly, because this is not the beginning of the end. It's like the end of the beginning for you. And welcome to all the special guests that we have here, and look forward to a fun ceremony. I feel the Holy Spirit moving tonight, and I just feel a sweet, sweet mood tonight, and I want to really enjoy it for you guys.
Thank you, Colonel Coggins. And Ms. Hill, thank you for putting together a wonderful PowerPoint for our seniors. You and Dr. Benson have done a fantastic job working with those young men this year and preparing them for life after FUMA. So let's give those two a round of applause. Cadets, faculty, staff, parents, and guests, welcome to the 2023 Senior Awards Ceremony. My name is Colonel Mike Goad, and I'm proud to serve as the Academy's Academic Dean. Joining me on stage today are the 11th and current President of Fork Union Military Academy, Colonel David L. Coggins, United States Marine Corps retired, Commandant of Cadets, Lieutenant Colonel Tony Moss, United States Army retired, Academy Chaplain, Major Ben Jameson, and the upcoming 12th President of Fork Union Military Academy and current Social Studies Department Head, Captain Mark Black, United States Navy retired. Let's give those gentlemen a round of applause. Someone always seems to sneak up on stage that I don't have in my notes, so I do want to recognize Cadet Usman Dieng, who you will likely hear from later on in this program. To the seniors assembled here this evening, the class of 2023 has a lot to be proud of. Over half of you have received some form of academic or athletic scholarship to attend college. As a group, you have all accumulated to date roughly $4.2 million in athletic or merit-based scholarships. Of those of you who reported your top 3 schools, 67% of you got into one of these schools. Many of you have been accepted into some very impressive schools, just to name a few: New York University, William and Mary, Vanderbilt, Notre Dame, the Citadel, VMI, the Naval Academy Prep School, the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy, and West Point. Just as impressive, some of you will go on to serve our country in the military, whether that be through enlistment or following your time in college. However, your work is not done. I probably sound like a broken record to you all at this point. Last night, I encouraged the Corps to finish strong in the ways of academics, conduct, and integrity. So for all of you who have one more night tonight, I will repeat some of the advice that I gave last evening. How you finish is what they will remember. So as you go about the rest of your night, remember the line between innocent fun and egregious actions. During this time of year, us adults here on campus often reminisce about cadets and their shenanigans in the last days and hours of time here on campus. Whether egregious actions or innocent fun, we always remember those cadets by name. For example, how can you not happily reminisce about Eric Jones's little rubber ducky prank last year? Heck, I even took part in that in last year's senior award ceremony. Have fun, but be smart. And remember, how you finish is what they will remember. So like last year, and in the spirit of innocent fun, I would like to kick off this award ceremony by giving out some awards that you all won't find on your programs this evening. Last year, the cadets receiving these awards received rubber duckies that I accumulated in the basement of Hatcher Hall as the prank was carried out. This year, the winner of these awards will receive a nice little styrofoam football courtesy of the admissions department. First we have, and if your name is called, just stand up and I'll give you a little toss on the football. First we have, I am the only member of the class of 2023 to have successfully snuck into and locked myself into the chapel bell tower and then had to scream for help from the top. And he's already standing up and I don't have to call his name. But let's go ahead and give credit where credit's due. Jack McCall. This one's for y'all. Second, we have the I happen to get sick every time Saturday class coincides with the last day of hunting season award. I am proud to give this award to Mr. Austin Linher. This one may be a little bit more funny to some of the adults in the room, particularly Dr. Benson, but I think some of you cadets will find it funny as well. The third award goes to the graduating senior who has the most failed attempts at convincing his parents to not re-enroll him at Fork Union Military Academy. This, ladies and gentlemen, was not even close. I think he even filled out applications to other schools on his own. And that is, no, that's not Big Mike. That would be Ahmad Shaw. Ahmad Shaw. Next, and I think this is going to be my favorite one. Next, we have the I have been at FUMA for 4 years and have marched in just as many parades as someone who never attended FUMA award. Not you, Lucas. No, Cadet Jackson Pratis. Finally, we have the most years spent on campus while consciously and successfully avoiding rank award. Seeing that he's been here since 7th grade and seeing that he still does not have rank, this award goes to Cadet Private Justin Frazier. Also, those little notes you've been leaving under my door, I was your 7th grade English teacher, and I'd expect at this point in your academic career you'd know the difference between Y-O-U-R and Y-O-U-apostrophe-R-E. Even in your card today, you got it wrong. So, all right, back to the regularly scheduled program here. Gentlemen, before I turn the stage over to Chaplain Jameson for this evening's invocation, I would like to encourage all of you to do a few things in the next 18 hours. First and foremost, have fun. Fellowship with your brothers. Find a TAC, teacher, or coach who has made a positive influence on your time here and hug them or shake their hand goodbye. Tell your parents or guardians, grandparents, whomever has provided you with the opportunity to attend school here, thank you. Make the next 18 hours a memory that you will positively reflect on for the rest of your life. Finally, I have some instructions from our photographer this evening. If your name is called for an award this evening, you will be asked to take a picture with your presenter. Please take it on the edge of the stage here by the fern, as that provides the best background for picture taking. With that being said, we will now officially begin the senior award ceremony by having Chaplain Jameson lead us in our invocation.
All right, let us pray. Lord God, we acknowledge that this is the day that you have made. You have called us to rejoice and be glad in it. We also acknowledge that your word says that you handcraft each and every one of us in the womb, that each and every one of us is your masterpiece, endowed with a unique set of skills and gifts to do the works that you have prepared in advance for us to do. And so on this day, we gather to celebrate these young men who have learned or begun to learn who you created them to be and the unique gifting that you have given them to call out, to live out that calling in this world. Lord, we are grateful for their lives that you have shared with us, whether for a year or for a lot of years as a gift. I thank all of the faculty and staff who are present here in their tireless work to invest in these young men. And I say a special prayer for the parents who are present here this evening. It is a bittersweet night. On one hand, we celebrate the gift of life that you have given. On another one, it is the end of an age, so to speak, and that can be a difficult transition as well, Lord. So just pour out your presence into this place as we prepare for graduation tomorrow. In Christ's most holy name we pray. Amen.
At this time, it is my pleasure to recognize those members of the class of 2023 who were named to the Dean's or President's list this year. I will begin by announcing the names of those seniors named to the Dean's list. To be named to the Dean's list, a cadet must meet the following criteria: complete the entire academic year at the Academy, receive no final grade lower than a B- in all courses, including one subject plan and seminar courses, and have no honor violations or admissions of guilt on his record for the current academic year. Gentlemen, if your name is called, please stand and remain standing until all members of the Dean's list have been announced. Audience, please hold your applause until all names have been called. Our first is Cadet Jordan Anderson. Stand. Did I forget that one? George Boitano. Charles Campbell. Kendall Cord. Jace Corbett. Min Dow. Usman Dieng. Jackson Edwards. Sean Hall. Jai Johnson. Dominic Lancey. Wesley Lay. Austin Linher. Tommy Manganello. Jack McCall. Matthew Moore. Isaac Rivera. James Robinson. Jacob Seymour. Dean Chase. Peter Signorino. Tug Sadbatar. Ethan Stroh. And Lucas Yates. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our members of the Dean's List. Now I will recognize the members of the class of 2023 named to the President's List this year. To be named to the President's List, a cadet must meet the following criteria: complete the entire academic year at the Academy, receive no final grade lower than an A- in all courses, including one subject plan and seminar courses, and have no honor violations or admissions of guilt on his record for the current academic year. Gentlemen, when your name is called, please stand and remain standing until all names have been called. Audience, again, please hold your applause until the entire list has been read. We'll start with Jip Clark. Reese Delisandro. Grant DeMauro. Justin Frazier. Maddox Lee. Charles Moore. Jackson Pretis. Ahmad Shaw. Copeland Spearman. And Matthew Vinso. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our President's List members. At this time, it is my pleasure to recognize the honor graduates for the class of 2023. To achieve this recognition, a cadet must be in attendance at the Academy for a minimum of 10 academic terms during grades 9 through 12 and meet the following criteria: complete his senior year with a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher, maintain a conduct level of commendable or exemplary during his junior year and a conduct level of exemplary during his senior year, and have received no honor violations or made no admissions of guilt to an honor violation during his entire academic tenure at the Academy. This year we have 9 honor graduates who we will recognize in alphabetical order. Young men, when I call your name, please stand and proceed to the stage to receive your medal while I read a short bio. And please remain on stage. You'll get your medal here and move to this side of the stage until all names have been called. Audience, we can individually recognize each honor graduate with an applause as the medal is placed around his neck by Colonel Moss. Our first honor graduate is Reese Delisandro. Reese is the son of Ben Delisandro and Karen Delisandro of Charlottesville, Virginia. Reese attended the Academy in grades 9, 10, and 12 and has a cumulative GPA of 4.186. He will be attending the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy in the fall, where he will be a member of the basketball team. Reese, over here. Grant DeMauro. Grant is the son of Tina and John DeMauro of Fork Union, Virginia. Grant has been in attendance at the Academy since the 7th grade, has a cumulative GPA of 4.194, and served as this year's battalion commander. Grant will be attending the United States Military Academy at West Point this fall. Folks, just a friendly reminder, we're going to do the applause when we put the medal around each individual's neck. Usman Dieng. Usman is the son of El Haji Dieng and Nafi Njayi of Germantown, Maryland. Usman has been in attendance at the Academy since the 7th grade and has a cumulative GPA of 4.417. Usman will be attending Vanderbilt University in the fall. Justin Frazier. Justin is the son of Scott and Stacy Frazier of Palmyra, Virginia. He has been in attendance at the Academy since the 7th grade and has a cumulative GPA of 4.081. Justin will be attending the Hampton-Sydney College in the fall. Wesley Lay. Wesley is the son of Angela Hensley and Mick Lay of Stafford, Virginia. He has been in attendance at the Academy since the 8th grade and has a cumulative GPA of 3.981. Wesley plans to attend Tennessee Tech in the fall. Jackson Predis. Jackson is the son of Jessica Neal and Michael Predis of Charlottesville, Virginia. He has been in attendance at the Academy since the 9th grade, wherein he entered in 2019 as a trustee scholar, and he has a cumulative GPA of 4.781. Jackson will be attending the College of William and Mary in the fall. And just as of this afternoon, Isaac Rivera. Isaac is the son of George and Amber Rivera of Palmyra, Virginia. He has been in attendance at the Academy since the 10th grade and has a cumulative GPA of 3.5. Isaac plans to return to FUMA next fall as a member of the postgraduate football team. Does not appear that he's here with us this evening, so let's give him a round of applause. Matthew Vinso. Matthew is the son of Joseph and Libby Vinso of Stafford, Virginia. He has been in attendance at the Academy since the 11th grade and has a cumulative GPA of 3.734. Matthew will be attending Virginia Commonwealth University in the fall. That's it, right? 9? Oh, wait, we got one more. Lucas Yates. Lucas is the son of Joe and Heidi Yates of Goochland, Virginia. He has been in attendance at the Academy since the 7th grade and has a cumulative GPA of 4.107. Lucas will be attending the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy this fall. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your 2023 honor graduates. You may be seated. It is now my pleasure to present the William E. Hatcher Valedictorian Award. The William E. Hatcher Valedictorian Award is awarded to a graduating senior who has been at the Academy since the beginning of his junior year and has the highest cumulative grade point average amongst his peers. Young man, when I read your name, please stand and remain standing while I share a few words. Once I'm done, please proceed to the podium where you will be presented with your medal. This year's winner of the William E. Hatcher Valedictorian Award is Cadet Jackson Pratis. Jackson is the son of Jessica Neal and Michael Pratis of Charlottesville, Virginia. He has been in attendance at the Academy since the 9th grade, arriving in the fall of 2019 as the Trustee Scholar recipient. He finished his academic tenure at the Academy with a 4.781 GPA. Jackson will attend the College of William and Mary, where he will participate in the William and Mary St. Andrews Joint Degree Program. Jackson, I look forward to hearing your valedictory address tomorrow at graduation. At this time, you may now proceed to the podium to receive your medal. I now have the pleasure of presenting the Harry M. Waldron Salutatorian Award. The Harry M. Waldron Salutatorian Award is given to the graduating senior who has been at the Academy since at least the beginning of his junior year and has the second highest grade point average amongst his peers. Young man, when I read your name, please stand and remain standing while I share a few words. Once I'm done, please proceed to the podium where you will be presented with your medal, after which you will deliver your salutatory address. This year's recipient of the Harry M. Waldron Salutatorian Award is here with me on stage, and that's Cadet Usman Dieng. Usman is the son of El Haji Dieng and Nafi Njai of Germantown, Maryland. He has been in attendance at the Academy since the 7th grade and has a cumulative GPA of 4.417. Usman will be attending Vanderbilt University in the fall. Usman, when I had the pleasure of serving as your 7th grade history and English teacher in 2017, back in the days with Captain Jones. Those were good days, weren't they? I had a strong feeling, I didn't think it would be me, but I had a strong feeling someone would be saying these words to you one day. The podium is now yours. But let's give you your medal first.
Thank you. Colonel Coggins, parents, faculty, and staff, thank you so much for attending the 2023 Senior Awards. Without your support, all of us seniors could not have made it to this important milestone in our lives. And to the class of 2023, I want to congratulate you all for being here today. The world is filled with a bunch of distractions. Social media, material possessions, rumors, last week's episode of Demon Slayer. And although the FUMA firewall has switched us all off from these distractions, okay, some of us from these distractions, we sit here today. So let's give ourselves a big round of applause. I came to FUMA 6 years ago in the era of fidget spinners, bottle flipping, and TikTok dancers. Now, in case you didn't feel like doing the math, that's a third of our lives. I remember sitting in the Saber shop all those years ago thinking about this day, about how it felt like an eternity away. Yet here we are, in the era of Zoom meetings, ChatGPT, and those TikToks stitched together with Subway Surfers gameplay. We fought the good fight, and tomorrow we will have made it to the next step, concluding our academic careers at Fork Union when we walk across that stage. Throughout my 6 years at Fork Union, I've learned what it means to be a cadet. My first year, as I'm sure goes for all of you, was my most informative. It was the year I've learned many valuable lessons that I will take with me to the future. And although they're all individually important, they can all be boiled down to one thing my TAC at the time, Major Leidig, liked to call it the light switch. The light switch is a way to make sure that you can get everything you need to get done while also being able to enjoy yourself in what you do. You can have all the fun you want in life, but when it comes time to be serious in what you're doing, whether it's a test that's for some reason worth 50% of your final grade, or marching during another conveniently hot drill day, you need to know when to flip the switch, lock in, and complete the task to the best of your ability. Now, I'm sure it comes to no surprise to y'all that I wrote this speech yesterday. I don't know if it was me trying to get more yearbook signatures, my unabating senioritis, or the realization that this would be my last assignment here at Fort Union Military Academy. But I just could not get myself to write this draft. So after Ms. Hill sat me down and reminded me about my upcoming deadline, I sat in the back room in the Commandant's Department, staring at a blank screen, and I wrote. After a few hours, I've completed my task. Flipping the switch is also knowing when to ask for help. Sometimes we can bite off way more than we can chew. Believe me, us seniors definitely know what that is like. In the first half of our year, we had to juggle academics, sports, clubs, leadership positions, home life, all on top of studying for the SAT and writing 1,000,001 college essays. All of that is not easy, but you do not have to do that alone. Flipping the switch and asking for help, whether it be in managing your time or the tasks themselves, will not only give you a better end product, but also spare you from having to stay up into the deepest depths of the night trying to finish your classwork. The last thing I want to talk about is relationships. If you're not seeing someone eye to eye, it's important to flip the switch and try to heal that relationship. Building strong, meaningful connections with others is so important. I remember back in my second year, I was living in the second floor of what's now HSC with one other person. Now this roommate, he's a different story. A few months into us living with each other, he once let his clothes pile up so high behind his desk that it wrapped around behind my desk and under my desk. And the worst part is, after getting in trouble for his mess, I had to clean that up. So naturally, I threw away some of his stuff. Some of that stuff might have included some underwear with a calculator print on it. So when he found out, he was so mad he had the audacity to make me pay him $15 for that new pair of underwear, because it was his favorite pair, whatever that means. But believe it or not, despite all those odds, that roommate is now my best friend, Matthew Moore. Remember that making light from dark patches in your life, you can break down your disagreements and create something beautiful. Taking our relationships seriously gives us a massive tolerance for whatever unique characters we may come across in our lives. Whether it be a future college roommate, a colleague who isn't quite pulling their own weight, or some other third thing. Class of 2023, it's been an unforgettable couple of years with you guys, and from the bottom of my heart, I wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, Usman. It feels like you've been here so long, I'm not quite sure what it's going to be like without you next year. But we wish you nothing but the best and appreciate your words. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to now continue on with our individual awards. We first have up Dr. Jasper presenting.
Thank you for your applause. I'm here to announce the winner of the J.R. Wildman English Award, which is awarded to the senior with the highest academic average in English. It is named after Major J.R. Wildman, who served at FUMA as an English instructor and a Latin instructor and band director for 45 years, from 1919 to 1964. So if you would, help me honor this year's winner from Palm Beach, Florida, soon to be wowing them at New York University's Business School, Mr. James Clark. And Dr. Alex Welch will be giving the next award.
All right, I have the honor of awarding the J.W. Pendergrass Social Studies Award. Colonel Pendergrass served as an instructor and as a headmaster of the middle school from 1948 until 1963. He then came to the upper school as an assistant headmaster, and in 1967, he took over as dean of the upper school and served in that capacity until his retirement in 1990. So this award goes to the senior with the highest average in U.S. history and U.S. government, taken at FUMA. And this award is presented with pride to Cadet Jackson Pretis. Major Gray will present the next award.
Good evening. I have the honor of presenting the H.R. Kelly Foreign Language Award for German. Major Kelly served as headmaster of the middle school from 1932 until 1938. He came to the upper school and taught French and Bible studies from 1938 until his retirement in 1970. I have the honor of presenting this award to Cadet Usman Dieng.
Good evening, everyone. I have the pleasure of awarding the Miles Music Award tonight. This award was established in 1996 by Louis Miles. He was class of 1944. He loved the band and music when he was a cadet, and he wanted to establish this award for future musicians. So this award is for the best overall band member who is a senior. And for those of you that don't know, our band this year has some very amazing musicians that are seniors. And so this was really hard to pick among our amazing musicians. Yang was among them, Matthew Moore, Robinson, but the student that's awarded this tonight, he actually established something that I haven't seen in a really long time here, and that was a small ensemble, the saxophone quartet. He and a bunch of guys got together, and he actually wrote and rearranged all the music that they played himself. That was not me, that was him, and he spent hours doing that, and they even got to go perform at the Governor's Mansion this year. So this year's Miles Music Award goes to James Robinson.
Good evening. I'm Colonel Winston Brown, track coach here at Fork Union. Just finished 26 years here. This is the first time I've ever gotten to give an award at this ceremony. I can't believe it. I finally made it. Thank you. Hopefully I don't have to wait another 26. But tonight I'm here to present the Frank A. Crockett Captain's Award. Captain Crockett, or Frank A. Crockett, is one of the originals here at Fork Union, one of the big timers. This goes to a captain or co-captain of a varsity or prep athletic team with the highest academic average, good conduct, and good character. This year's award is presented to Jackson Pretis. second award that I'm honored to give here tonight. This is the first time we've given this award at this ceremony. Normally, we do it during athletic awards, but this is the Fred Hardy Award. Fred Hardy came here in 1977. For 20 years, he coached the track and cross-country teams. He was the coach of 20 state championship teams. He also was a tremendous English teacher. In 1997, he stepped down as the head track coach, passing the torch to myself, but he stayed on for 15 years as an assistant coach. Tremendous thing. In 2018, he was named to the Virginia Independent Schools Athletic Association Hall of Fame. So the Fred Hardy Award is going to be presented annually to a senior who pursues excellence in track and field and places the team above his own personal accolades. This year's recipient came to track and field for the first time in December, and 2 weeks ago, he nearly won a state championship in the 400-meter dash, losing by a step. He was also a Prep League champion 3 weeks ago. The Fred Hardy Award is presented tonight to Charles Campbell.
I have the honor of presenting 2 awards tonight. First one would be the David S. Hatfield Blanket Award. It goes to the prep football player, student athlete who demonstrates qualities of leadership, importance of sportsmanship, concerns for his teamwork, and exemplifies an attitude and willingness to improve his character and is an example to others to follow. Now, I can speak for this kid mainly because he's been here for a very long time, and he has looked into other schools, but obviously he has stayed here for a very long time. He couldn't mosey out of here. But one thing I will say about Ahmad Shaw is he is a very good character as life has gone on for him here at Fork Union. So Ahmad Shaw is this year's recipient. This next award holds close to my heart because I won this when I was a cadet. I graduated here in 2017. I won this award twice as a junior and senior. And this award is the Jackie Jensen Award. It goes to the baseball player that exhibits love for baseball, competitiveness, desire to excel, sportsmanship, and team spirit. One thing about Jackie Jensen is he was a local town hero around here from the Fork Union area, played for the Boston Red Sox, among other MLB teams. And one thing that I want this particular person to understand is this entire school, community, and everything revolves around one particular thing, and that is pride. Pride of where you come from, pride of where you're going to go, and I hope he understands that when he leaves here, that he is not only holding values of Fork Union, but where he has come from, because he's from around this area. Jackie Jensen was from around this area, gave back to this place, and that's why I feel like this guy is the best representation for this award. Lance Gowans.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Mark Black. I'm here in name to present an award for the prep football team. But to understand the full concept of this award, I would like to read excerpts from the citation that it generates from. Paul Frederick Cobb came to Fork Union from Roanoke, Virginia. He was an outstanding student and athlete that graduated in 1962. He went on to Virginia Tech, where he again was an outstanding student in the classroom, also on the varsity football team, graduating from Virginia Tech in 1966. He then chose to serve his nation in a time of need during the Vietnam War, joining the United States Marine Corps in 1967. Second Lieutenant Cobb was deployed to the Republic of Vietnam in April of 1968 as a platoon leader of Alpha Company, 1st Battalion, 7th Marines. He was assigned on the 16th of May to participate in Operation Allen Brook at Phu Dong in Quoc Trang Nam Province. Second Lieutenant Cobb's assignment was to be the support element of an adjacent unit, which was Gulf Company's 2nd Battalion, 7th Marines. They were engaged in a heavy firefight, and he led his men directly behind the unit that he was supporting. At which time he calmly directed his Marines under fire to critical areas to the battle to make sure that they could support their leading element. Even after he was wounded, he continued to direct his men and continued to lead his men up until the point they go into hand-to-hand combat with the enemy. Eventually, he succumbed to his wounds, but he inspired his men such that they continued on, overwhelmed the enemy, and took the field. For his gallantry and his intrepid leadership in the battle, he was awarded the Navy Cross, which is the second highest award that can be delivered for valor. The Paul F. Cobb Award, memorialized in this award, is for the prep football player who is essentially the most valuable player and someone who emulates the leadership that Second Lieutenant Cobb did. This year's recipient is Isaac Rivera. Cadet Rivera will be awarded his award tomorrow since he could unfortunately not be here tonight. Thank you very much. I will hand it over to Coach Chase.
I'm here to present the Forrest Lee Hill Award. This award was established in memory of an alumnus, Matthew Hill, class of 1987. It is awarded to the senior prep football player who loves the sport, gives his all, and stands out as a contributing team player. And I can say that that also describes him as a lacrosse player as well. This award is going to Austin Lenher.
Good evening, I'm John Blake, the athletic director, and I'm honored to give multiple awards here this evening. The first is the Randall Athletic Award, named in honor of Sonny Randall, a FUMA graduate, NFL football player, college coach, and radio commentator. Sonny spent 13 years at the academy, starting in first grade and graduating as a senior in 1954, and as a postgraduate in 1955. He's the best all-around athlete in grades 9 through 12, attended academy for at least 2 years. This award is presented with pride to Thomas Manganelli. Sorry, Manganello. Okay, the next award is the Robert L. Pulliam Award. Colonel Pulliam came to FUMA in 1956 as an English instructor and a football line coach. In 1965, he was named commandant and served in that capacity until 1990, when he was named interim president of the school. From 1991 to 1993, he served as vice president and chief operating officer, and again in 1993 was named interim president. In 1994, he became assistant to the president and retired in 1995. He was an associate member of the Board of Trustees. Student athlete is a gentleman, courteous, and considerate of others, high in character, and good academics. This award is presented with pride to Nicholas Petrillo. We know that Nicholas is unable to be here this evening. The last award is the Sullivan Award. The Sullivan Award, varsity prep players who demonstrated the qualities exemplified by Coach Mickey Sullivan, who is a good friend of mine, actually. Always positive, fiercely persistent, dedicated to students, charismatic communicator, and dedicated to their faith. This award is presented with pride to Charles Moore and Lewis Jones. Now I'll pass it on to Major Williams.
I have the honor of presenting the Thomas Postgraduate Award tonight. Coach Thomas came to FUMA in 1930 as a math teacher and athletic director. He continued as athletic director, and in 1961 added the position of assistant president to his duties. This award goes to the best all-around athlete on postgraduate teams as selected by the coaching staff. And I had the honor of coaching this young man in post-grad basketball this year. He came to us as a first-team All-State basketball player in Virginia in 22. He led our team in scoring this past season, 15 points a game. If you know anything about basketball, you know anything over 40% shooting the threes is outstanding. He shot 47% from three this year, which is amazing. Scored 30 points against rival Hargrave, was first-team all-conference in the Elite Prep League, and most importantly, he had a 4.0 in 4 terms here. 0 demerits. It's hard to get 0 demerits, I think, in 4 terms. He's going to UVA Wise on a full basketball scholarship. Carmelo Pacheco. Carmelo's not in his Class Bs. He's been gone for 6 weeks as they departed term 4, and you can see he grew his hair out a little bit. He's got a beard going as well. This next gentleman needs no introduction. Trip Billingsley.
The Charles Rogers Leadership Award goes to a senior or postgraduate each year who best brings to mind the characteristics of the late Charles Rogers. Charles came to Fork Union from Pickens, South Carolina, as a member of the class of 1983 postgraduate basketball team. Won a scholarship to Virginia Tech. Upon graduation, returned to the academy, served as a TAC, assistant PG coach, or head high school coach until his early death in March of 2004. This award goes to a young man that would make Charles very proud, Cadet Wesley Lay.
Okay, I have 3 awards. The first one is the Battalion Leadership Award. It's a senior who is an officer with outstanding leadership over the course of the school year. He led it by example and maintained consistent, firm, but fair presence in the Corps. And he stayed in my office probably more than any other cadet. The recipient of this award, Cord. The next award is the MacArthur Award. General Douglas MacArthur served with distinction in World War I and World War II. But probably what you did not know, he graduated from military high school. He was on the tennis team, played quarterback for the football team, shortstop for the baseball team. This award is given to a senior who best embodies principles exemplified by life and service of General MacArthur. It's 3 words: duty, honor, country. And the reason I mentioned he also graduated from West Point and played baseball there. So the recipient of this award, Lance Gowans. Come on down. Stand over there. He not only gets a plaque, he also gets a $50 check. He gets a medallion, a lapel pin, and he also gets a book to read about General MacArthur. The last award from me is one that we created about 3 years ago with Gary Leidick and myself. And this is the Colonel Dwayne Fender Award. In remembrance of Colonel Dwayne Fender, who was a commandant at Fort Union Military Academy, who worked tirelessly to develop leaders of character. Oh, by the way, he was a graduate of FUMA, 1979, played PG football. He was also a graduate of that great school on the coast of South Carolina called the Citadel in 1983. He was 1 year ahead of me. I knew him by name, saw him on campus, and he was always a really pleasant person and never said a bad word about anyone. This award is given to a cadet that has shown significant individual development and increased contributions to the Fort Union Military Academy Corps Cadet. This cadet demonstrated an increase in leadership capacity, athletic excellence, academic proficiency, and a spiritual well-being. The recipient of this award, James Jip Clark. I'll be followed by my good friend, Gunnery Sergeant Coulter. Hooah!
At ease, at ease. The next award is the Semper Fidelis Musical Excellence Award. It is presented to a student who displays the traits that the Marine Corps considers essential to being a good leader: endurance, knowledge, unselfishness, dependability, enthusiasm, and loyalty. This award does not necessarily mean the most outstanding musicians, but rather a student whose leadership qualities have contributed to the success of the band program. This year's recipient of the Semper Fidelis Musical Excellence Award is none other than Mr. Hargraves himself, Usman Dieng. At this time, we will be moving into our special presentations, and the next presenter will be Ms. Kelsey Hill.
Where's Maddox? Hi, Davis. Hi, Collins. Maddox Lee, I thought I'd do one last advisory. Is that okay? Is that? Okay. I have had the pleasure of overseeing the college placement department for the last 2 years, and this class has done a phenomenal job. Very proud of you all. I am here to hand out, former English teacher me enjoys this, the most valuable senior award because you're the one who received the most in value. So you received the most merit scholarships. And up until yesterday, his name was not on the docket because someone in true fashion waited a while to bring in his documentation. He also had the most acceptances to the schools of the senior class. He was accepted to 16 total schools, and out of those 16 was able to provide documentation for 9 of the merit-based scholarships because after you decline, those scholarships goes off the portal. After he finally brought those in, it is a true testament to him and his hard work. He has earned a reported total of $610,000 in merit-based scholarships. I am extremely proud to present this to Mr. Justin Timothy Frazier.
Good evening. My name is David Cook. I'm here tonight to present the Thomas Jefferson Chapter Sons of the American Revolution Minuteman Award. The Charlottesville chapter of the SAR was formed in 1939. We presently have 125 members. Every member of the Sons of the American Revolution is a direct descendant of an ancestor who fought or provided aid in the Revolutionary War for independence from the British rule. 16 United States presidents, 6 Congressional Medals of Honor recipients have been members of the Sons of the American Revolution. We speak to the values which gave birth to our great nation. Our inspiration is in the past. Our duty is in the present, and our hope is in our future. Fork Union Military Academy is a training program for instilling the qualities needed to succeed in today's uncertain world. Using the best aspects of military system, FUMA teaches you cadets responsibility, leadership, discipline, and pride by providing an atmosphere in which spiritual, mental, and physical growth can flourish. From this assembly of tomorrow's leaders, one of you has been chosen to receive the 2023 Minuteman Award. This is a cadet who best exemplifies the qualities desired in a citizen soldier, one who has demonstrated his overall performance, respect for the military and its role in preparing citizen soldiers to accept the obligations of American citizenship, recognize traits of honesty, loyalty, and patriotism, high academic achievement, and the self-discipline and work ethic necessary to lead his fellow compatriots under stressful and adverse conditions. This cadet has been at Fork Union for 6 years and carried a 4.7 GPA. He's also a captain of the dive team. After graduation, he will be matriculating into the United States Military Academy at West Point. On behalf of the Thomas Jefferson Chapter of the Sons of the American Revolution, it gives me great honor to present this award, the Harvey Haig 2023 Minuteman Award, to Cadet Demaro.
Last night, we presented the Commandant's Cup to Bravo when all the company was here. But something else goes along with that. And the Commandant Cup, just to let you know, that's a company that with the highest points with company competition, room inspections, personal inspections, Saturday morning inspections, etc. But the company commander gets a saber with his name engraved on it. And I was just up here talking about you a few minutes ago. Lance, come on down. I'll be followed by Mr. Dale. Oh, Colonel Dale, I'm sorry.
Good evening, everyone. I'm actually Colonel Hurt. Captain Dale helped me with my scholarship work, but it's all good. So I'm the president of the National Naval Officers Association in Quantico, Virginia. The mission of the NNOA, as it's called, is to advance sea service operational readiness by recruiting, professional development, and retention of a diverse officer corps that reflects the demographics of our nation. I'd like to add a couple extra things while I'm here right now. So in the last few years, I've supported both House and Senate Service Academy nomination processes. I live in Fredericksburg, never knew Fork Union Military Academy was here, but I can tell you through those processes of selecting those who go to the service academies, Fork Union was especially competitive. Now that I've been here and seen it, I get exactly why. And another thing, recently I was at the Naval Academy where we were making our new second lieutenants that are becoming Marines. I was a bit disappointed to learn that a lot of the shenanigans that happened when I was there are no longer there. Glad to see that Fork Union still has shenanigans because I think it has a rightful place. As I mentioned, our national mission, within the Quantico chapter of NNOA, as the president, I set our vision. Our first line of effort is about understanding what the Sea Services priority is about. Line of effort 2 is professional development. 3 is kind of displaying your professional development so you can get promoted. And the last one, and what's relevant here, is a connection and history. So it's great to be a part of this ceremony today. We put out the call throughout Virginia and elsewhere to take scholarship applications. Received one from here, Fork Union Military Academy, which was by far and away the most strongest application. So the recipient of the 2023 Captain Jesse Melton Scholarship Award this year is Cadet Charles Campbell.
I'm just saying, I wonder if there was not a little bit of a thumb on the scale there. I'm just saying. The United States Merchant Marine Academy was established in 1943 at Kings Point, New York, on Long Island. Graduates may enter any of the armed services, or they can go into the Naval Reserve as a strategic sea lift officer. Applicants must pass a rigorous medical screening, register a competitive physical fitness evaluation score, and receive a nomination primarily from a congressional source. The applicant process is long, laborious, and exacting. The value of a Merchant Marine Academy appointment is over $300,000. Using the class of 2026 statistics as an example, there were 1,531 applicants. In terms of those who applied, only 253 were accepted rate of 16%. The student body of the Merchant Marine Academy is approximately 1,000 people, and it is worth noting of all colleges in the United States, they register in the top 5 for the highest salary in the first 5 years after graduation, averaging over $90,000 a year. It's also worth noting that they defeated Harvard and Yale in both of those capacities. I'm proud to say that Fork Union Military Academy is extremely proud to have not one, but 2 of its graduates from the class of 2023 that have been appointed to the Merchant Marine Academy. And they are Maurizio Del Sandro and also Lucas Yates. Please join me up here for a quick.
All right, as we just heard, the admission process for a service academy is quite unique. And one of the things I want to caveat on what Captain Black said is that not only do they have to go through and do all this to seek congressional nomination and go through all the rigors of the medical examination, the physical fitness examinations, and all those portions, they still have to do everything else that a normal college student does, which is submit their transcripts, letters of recommendations, their written essays, and going through that grueling process. The screening's intent is to do a thorough evaluation to find well-rounded individuals who have demonstrated leadership potential and a willingness to accept responsibility, as well as outstanding academic credentials. There are almost 13,000 applicants applying to the Naval Academy this year, competing for approximately 1,300 appointments. Additionally, a small cohort of those, a small group of students, were selected to attend the Naval Academy Prep School. An appointment to the United States Naval Academy is equivalent to a 4-year scholarship, including all tuition, room and board, medical, dental benefits, and monthly stipends to midshipmen. Again, it's also valued at approximately $300,000 for this portion of it. After completion, graduates are commissioned into either the United States Marine Corps or the United States Naval Service. This year, the Academy would like to recognize Cadet Major Kendall Cord on his appointment to the United States Naval Academy Preparatory School. Now, sir.
Great to be with you tonight. I love the spirit here. It makes me want to sign back up. My name is Ken Young. I'm a graduate of the United States Military Academy and served in the Army as an infantry officer. I'm also a member of West Point's admissions field force, assisting young men and women who are seeking admission to West Point. This evening, we recognize one such person. Would Cadet Grant Demaro please come join me? The United States Military Academy was founded by order of President Thomas Jefferson in 1802. It is our nation's premier leadership development institution. Its mission is to develop leaders of character committed to the values of duty, honor, country, and prepared for service to the nation as an officer in the United States Army. Cadets at West Point receive education and training valued at nearly $400,000, which covers tuition, room, board, medical, as well as a monthly stipend. I guess things just cost more in the Army than they do in the Navy or Merchant Marine. Grant, I can assure you that you will earn every penny of it. To be selected for admission to West Point is a great accomplishment. I salute you and recognize the outstanding support and encouragement provided by Fork Union's faculty, counselors, coaches, classmates, and especially your parents. Thank you for accepting the challenge and answering the call to serve. On June 26, you will join 1,200 young men and women from all over the United States to begin a 47-month process that will end in May of 2027 when you graduate, join the Long Gray Line, and be commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Army. During your journey, you will make lifelong friendships and unbreakable bonds with your classmates. After graduation, you will have the great privilege of leading American soldiers. I know there will be times you will question your decision to attend West Point. However, I can assure you that attending West Point will change your life forever. On behalf of the 61st Superintendent of the United States Military Academy, Lieutenant General Gilland, I am pleased to present you your appointment to the West Point class of 2027. Congratulations, and beat Navy.
You've heard tonight, so many are going to college. We are a college prep school. We're a boarding school. We're a military-styled school with no federal funding or state funding. We're a private school and a military-styled school. We're a Christian school, and that's with a capital C. We've been that way for 125 years, and we're not going to change. We thank God. We think that we can be in a state that allows us to do this. College is like a nuclear arms race. If you're a first-generation college attendee, your parents weren't able to attend, the process is very difficult to get into college. It's very complicated. The SAT is on, it's off, the Common App, it's very difficult. For an athlete, it may be even more difficult and more mysterious. So to guide us, we need help. And I'm giving an award tonight, a special award for our support staff. Of all the support staff we have wonderful teachers and faculty and staff and tax and nurses and help all the way. I can measure some things, and some things, they're hard to achieve. And when you can measure it all, it makes it a little harder sometimes. And one is, we're 100% college applied and college accepted. So we're a college prep school. I measured every single kid at this school applied to a college and was accepted. 100 boys, postgraduate football, postgraduate basketball, they're all going to have the opportunity to do something at the next level. 48 undergraduates here tonight are 47, 48 seniors, and 1 PG, all accepted to college. Comes with technical assistance from our support staff. I'd like to ask Ms. Kelsey Hill and James Benson to come forward to receive an award. And a recap, if you missed it, that's 7 going to ROTC, 4 going to service academies, and we have 2 that are enlisting. One's getting a $10,000 bonus to go to sea with the Navy, and one we'll find out in the next few days what job he gets, and if his final physical and everything goes through to join the United States Air Force. If you do the math, that's about 25% of our senior class. In an all-volunteer force, I would tell you that the anomaly is peace. War is what I would expect the next few years. It always is that way. I'm sorry it is, but it always is. And so for all volunteer force, for you guys to do your duty, I am very thankful as a retired military guy that we still have young folks that are willing to stand the watch. So thank you for that. Tonight, the last award is the most prestigious. It's the Colonel I.A. Howell Best All-Around FUMA Cadet Award. Colonel Howell served in Fort Union Military Academy in various jobs. He did well at everything he did for over 40 years, from 1935 to 1975. That's a long time. He had about every job here at the school. He finished as the Chief Financial Officer. The award is presented to the cadet who has demonstrated outstanding performance in academics, leadership, exemplary conduct, and was active in sports clubs, extracurricular activities. The Best All-Around Award at FUMA is like the MVP. Most valuable player. The award winner was a dual prep sport athlete, co-captain 3 years, and on the judo team, Interact Club, it's a service club, Scale Modeling Club, international mentor, helping others, sources of strength, Retan Rifles, that's our honor guard, and had 0 true demerits. This cadet will attend the Naval Academy, as you heard, Naval Academy Prep School, and I hope he'll have a chance to be a naval officer, maybe a Marine. 2023 I.A. Howell Best All-Around FUMA Cadet Award goes to Cadet Major Kendall Ford.
We are almost done. Whoever thought this was going to last 45 minutes was way more optimistic than I am. But if you'll indulge me, we've got 2 quick announcements and an impassioned plea. So announcement number 1, seniors, you have a personalized gift bag on the table back there with the blue tablecloth. Personalized means your name is on the bag, so don't take anybody else's. Go find your name, take the bag, hand it to mom or dad, because you'll lose it. Second quick announcement. If you did not pick up your bag from the Interact Club, that's also back there for you, so pick that up before you leave. All right, now the impassioned plea. Some of you guys and I have talked over this past year, and you assured me that you absolutely positively would not get to this day, and you made it. Almost. So, all of us have seen people mess that up on the last night. You got one more night and a wake up, and then you're free. So make good decisions tonight, gentlemen. I sincerely want to shake your hand tomorrow on that stage. Now, as we prepare to leave this place, may the Lord bless you and keep you, make his face to shine upon you and give you peace, this day and every day, now and forevermore. Friends, guests, honored guests, parents, family, all you folks, you are dismissed. Seniors, stand fast.